Hey everybody, it's Farmer Mike, and I just had to adjust my pants because I dropped 20 pounds since the season started. I know, funny thing to say. Everybody's cringing around here because I just said that. Wanted to talk to you guys about the boxes and what is in them. You can see that I'm getting in front of everybody's favorite tomatoes. Unless you are macrobiotic, these are the most treasured CSA items in the box. These are the Schmieg's hollow tomato, which I was talking about last week. It's got this very cool coloring on the skin, cool shape, pretty neat. And I went and pre-cut one here, but this is what they are like inside. So you do have to there's a little bit of pulp and seed right in the middle. You just kind of scrape that out. But look how nice and thick that wall is. And so when you stuff it and cook it, it actually stays. It won't slump on you. It won't collapse. So it's nice. So we're going to open that up for next week for special orders if people want them. So keep an eye out for that up on this farm store, and you can order them. I'm not sure how we're going to offer. We may just offer it. You can buy like 4 or 5, or you can maybe just buy a whole box. We should have enough out there probably for at least a dozen, maybe 2 dozen boxes, whole cases for people to buy. All right, so we were just going through a little bit of training here, talking about how to design these boxes, because we really do put a lot of thought into how we put the produce in the box. I know we've had a couple of people email and say that their produce looks like it went through a blender by the time it got there. So we're taking extra care this week, the next few weeks while we have tomatoes, and to make sure that things don't get crushed and destroyed in the box on the way out. So it really starts with what we're putting in. So here's some of the heirlooms that are going into the large boxes this week. Hopefully next week everybody will have heirlooms. But this one here, beautiful heirloom. I mean, look at that thing. I think it's a brandy wine, but it's just a little too ripe, so we're not going to put it in. So we're putting things in. There's a little bit more green. Here's the orange ox heart. Same thing, beautiful, perfect tomato to eat today. But you know, it would probably be too ripe or get crushed and too bruised. So we're putting things that are just slightly greener, slightly more green into your boxes. You know, there's something here. We almost put this in the box, but then we looked at it close. You know, some of this is just they're not bad spots, but that is right there. That is actually a bad spot, and there's a little bit of stink bug damage on there. So we're keeping things like that, trying to keep things like that out of the box as best we can. All right, and then the red hybrid, sorry, we're taking these and putting them in the boxes. A lot of them this week. Everybody's going to get at least 2 pounds of those, for smalls and larges. No cherries this week. We're just doing the red hybrid. And then over here, I wanted to just talk about a few things here. Lettuce. It has been tricky for us to get our lettuce to size up in the summertime, as it is with a lot of farms. But this is red carioca, so this is probably about an average size head. So it's not a very big head. This is just for the larges this week. We're going to have a lot more lettuce coming in, especially when the weather gets cool again. This is called Orient Express, and this one's called Orient Charm. A couple of real nice Asian eggplants that you might find in your boxes here the next couple weeks. This one is called Clara. It is a white and very prolific producer of white eggplant, which is nice. Here's your standard black. It's a variety called Santana. We like it. It puts in a lot of fruit, big flush of fruit for us about this time. This is a neat variety here. We do a few of these. This is called Barbarella. It's an Italian type eggplant, and this white around the calyx is indicative of a nice tender eggplant, and this is more tender than the other eggplants. It's nice. So not as prolific though, so we don't plant as much. You know, with as many CSA members and how much wholesale and everything we do, we have to try to keep our numbers up in the field. But I like to do some specialty things too. So this last item, you know, I was talking about the rain the last couple of weeks. Now we've had nothing but dry weather. It's actually getting really dry out there, and so now we're running 2 water guns and running all the drip irrigation that we can to keep everything as wet as possible. But here's a great example of, this is a sugar baby watermelon. It is a personal sized watermelon. This one is smaller than we'd like though. You know, we would like to have seen this get a little bit bigger. but we were trying to strike that balance between watering out there and the rain, and we were losing a lot of plants out this year, peppers and especially the cucurbits, which would be anything like cucumbers, zucchini, watermelons, and any kind of squash. Losing it to a root rot disease called Phytophthora, and watermelons were no exception, but we just didn't get the size. You know, sometimes you really, not sometimes, we need a lot of sunny days in order to make things size up, and we weren't getting that. But the next rush of watermelons and cantaloupe and things, and we have a specialty cantaloupe coming out of the field called Escorial, and that'll be coming out of the field here next week or two. They look good, and I think they're sizing up nice. So we're sticking the water to them and pushing them as hard as we can while the sun's out. And it seems like the sun's going to stay out. Want to talk about season extension right now. We are taking sign-ups. We have a limited number of sign-ups for a 6-week season extension that will start immediately after the season ends. So this CSA season will end the 3rd week of October, and then the next season will pick up, the final 6 weeks will pick up the end of October. We'll probably have room for about 300 with that. Check the website, and Jamie's going to send out emails about that. There's going to be certain drop points will not be included in this. We're just trying to tighten it up because there'll be a lot less people here working the farm, and we're just trying to tighten it up. I'll actually be doing some of the deliveries myself at that point later on in the fall. But you know, at that time you can expect a lot of different types of greens. We're going to have greens mixes, lettuces, kales, collard greens, mustard greens, and then we'll have everything from different types of watermelon radish to turnips, scarlet turnips, Japanese turnips, purple top turnips, and then we'll have carrots, beets. We have a lot of nice carrots and beets coming along in the field right now, and then there will also be some broccoli and storage cabbage, and not too much cabbage. I'm not going to give you too much cabbage. About enough cabbage. Sweet potatoes is another big thing, and then we're going to harvest potatoes next week, and we'll see how we do with potatoes. I'm not sure what we're going to get potato harvest for next week. 2 weeks. August 15th, we're having an open house here at the farm. It will be a potluck, and we're going to have a canning class at that time too. Kids are welcome. Friendly dogs on leashes are welcome. It'll be from 11 to 3. Is that right? 11 to 3, and we'll start a little bit later because we know folks like to come up from DC for that. We'll probably have a big tomato sale, and you know, the farm stand will be open where you guys can buy produce and things from the farm, kimchi or turnip Reuben or whatever. And that's also a thing for the custom boxes. The turnip Reuben was accidentally labeled turkey Reuben, and it's obviously not turkey in there, it's turnips in there. And it's really good actually. The turnips are lacto fermented, and all it is turnips, filtered water, and Himalayan sea salt. And they're turnips from last winter that we had. And I can tell you that is some good stuff right there. A little bit on the side of your dish with your eggs, or in the morning, or your dinner is real nice. And of course we're going through our kimchi right now, but we're about to make up a different batch of kimchi, and so that'll be nice too. Peaches will be in the boxes. Will be in this week. And also for the larges, we're going to throw in some nectarines in there. We had some leftover nectarines and apricots from last week, so I'm putting those in the large boxes just to move them through. Large box holders typically get a couple extra perks during the season because we don't have as many large boxes. They're only about a quarter of our total count. So we have extra of this or that, the larges usually get it. Please let me know if you guys are having a good experience, and if you're not, contact me right away. I don't want you to wait 5, 6, 7 weeks before you tell me you've had a problem with your boxes. Please, that would be helpful. We had a couple people sound off through the last couple of weeks, but they didn't say anything, and so in the very beginning. So we try to correct the problem immediately if you're having a problem with getting your box, getting things, and we'll get it to you either next day. If you're a Wednesday delivery, we can get to you on Thursday. If it's a Thursday delivery, then we'll have to get to you the following week. Let us know how you like the milk. Obviously the cheese is still available, and it's an excellent, and we're not even marking up the cheese. The cheese is just something that we like to provide. We're good friends with the cheesemakers down in West Virginia, Penny and Jurgen. They sell at a couple different farmers markets around DC, and we're lucky that they can make enough cheese for us to sell at our CSA. I think that's it. Is that it? We good?
I think
We
so.
still have lots of chickens left. Broiler chickens. We're going to order another batch here, I decided today, so we'll have some more for the fall. But we are selling a lot of those birds, so it's really great. And they're all pastured, non-GMO feed, and they grow right here on our farm. And they live from the day they're 2 years old till, you know, they go to slaughter. They're the birds. 2 days old. Oh, sorry, they're shipped at 2 days old. So, okay. Anyway, thank you. And next week is the halfway point. So hope you guys are enjoying it, and sign up early for, and there's a discount, not a discount, there's an incentive. You can either get free eggs, one free dozen eggs, or one free fruit share if you sign up now and before up to August 31st for the season extension. So, all right, thanks everybody. We'll talk to you soon.